Hi, I'm Chip Rowan with the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel, and you are watching In the Know. For this episode, we are going to be talking about the upcoming Warriors Rock concert, and joining me is Linda Shear. Hello, Linda.
Hi, Chip. It's good to be with you again.
Good to be with you, too. And Linda is actually the founder of the CAHS Patriots, and also is Michelle Layton and Mike Parlak, and they're going to be talking about their experience at past concerts. But Linda, let's start with you. Let's talk about the 2024 concert. Dates, times, all that good stuff.
Chip, it is hard to believe that this year will be our 9th concert. It will be held on November the 2nd at the Connellsville Senior High School Auditorium. Doors open at 6, concert begins at 7, and we can't wait because this is, of course, the 9th, but international country star Darryl Worley is coming back to Connellsville.
This is his second trip back.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he was so kind and so humble last year. You'd have thought he was a Connellsville guy, really and truly. And he stayed for almost 2 hours after the concert talking and taking pictures with people. What other international country star would do that, really?
That's great. Talk a little bit about the concept of how this works
Kim
with the
and
veterans.
Gary was the lead singer for the Vogues for 16 years. And he left the Vogues. He started his own private events industry, Gary Racan and the Studio E Band. And trust me, they do for some of the rich and famous.
Yeah.
And his dad was a veteran. His father-in-law was a veteran. And they decided that they wanted to do something to help groups like ours, 501c3s that do for veterans and active military. They wanted to help us. So they started Warriors Rock. And the concept is that the Warriors are the veterans that we honor each and every concert. And what rocks is their service. During the concert, pre-recorded interviews are presented from local veterans. The veteran introduces himself or herself, talks about some time in the military, a special memory, and then they identify a song that meant so much to them, kept them going, reminded them of home. And the band breaks into that song. So no two concerts are ever the same.
Right, because the veterans are different and the songs are different.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the talent in that band is unreal.
Well, actually seeing the videos and then actually hearing the music and knowing that they're there too with you is just what makes it really special.
And those individuals, are so touched and so humbled to have a chance to share their stories too.
Well, Michelle, if you will, share some of your memories from past concerts. How many concerts have you been to?
This will be my 5th concert.
Okay, 5 out of 9. That's
5
good. 5
out of 9, yes. We even went to the one in Latrobe this summer.
Okay.
And they are just, it gives me goosebumps even just to talk about it. The finale is the most, if you don't come out of there with tears in your eyes, I mean, it's just
very powerful.
Very powerful, yes. Yeah. Whenever they bring all the veterans up on stage, it's breathtaking just to be there, to see and to hear. You just can't beat it.
Yeah.
You can't beat it. It's just.
It brings you back 5 times, right?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Yeah. Mike, how about you? What are some of the...
I believe that's many times I've actually attended the concert. I've been up there and worked when it was going on, so you can hear it. They are wonderful. Pretty similar to what Michelle was saying here. I can't sing a lick, but I love music and I love concerts, and these people are fantastic. And the way they intermix the videos with the veterans, with the songs, it's something to see. And for me, it's a little more special now because I've been bringing my Uncle Paul, who is a veteran, and I'm not a young fellow, so he and you can just see
he's a little older.
Yeah, but you can see the appreciation and the honor that he feels for the country and the service and the respect that he believes that people have for veterans. And
almost like they haven't been forgotten. Their service
absolutely,
has not been
absolutely,
forgotten.
And when Linda talked about Gary, he kind of almost speaks to the audience, but not as the audience. You think he's talking to you. Yeah. He is a performer and a half, and I was fortunate enough to get to talk with Darryl Worley last year, and you know what? Talking to Darryl Worley is like sitting down at Bud Murphy's with your next door neighbor. For somebody that has the stardom that he's achieved, and even Gary, the stardom that they've achieved, they are so down to earth and fun to be around and talk to. I had an incident with. No, I shouldn't say incident. There's my police stuff coming back. I was fortunate enough to be at a friend's band playing, and Gary and Kim were there, and I didn't know they came in behind me, so I'm sitting at the table, and they approached me like, hey. I turned around, I go, hey, what are you guys doing here? So
You exist off the stage.
I guess. I mean, it's like, but they were just part of the crowd.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's best. And in this town and the people that come to this, I've said this a million times, I wouldn't live anywhere else. Good people, a good time. Just glad that Linda keeps doing this.
Yeah, and thank you, Linda, for your work with it too.
Yeah.
And I would imagine over the years you get people that, as Michelle and Mike, want to keep coming back.
Yes.
So the crowd keeps growing year
Yes,
over year.
it does. I mean, when I started the Patriots 21 years ago, I had no idea
Yeah.
when I approached the students, I said, it doesn't matter politically what's going to happen. What we need to remember is no one should have ever been made feel the way our Korean and Vietnam veterans were made feel. Will you join me if we end up with deployed troops, making them feel appreciated, loved, supported from home? And 92% of my kids said absolutely.
Yeah.
And we started the group.
Yeah, and let's talk a little bit now about what you do and how do you show them that you care?
Our mission statement is that we promote patriotism, support active military, especially those who are deployed, and we honor veterans both living and deceased. To date, we have shipped 13,227 packages to some of the harshest places on earth. And I'm often told that a package can be shared with 10 people. Chip, think about it. This little group from a town where there's no major business or industry has touched the lives of 132,000
It's a lot of people.
servicemen and women. That just boggles my mind. And when you start to get thank you notes, I won't bring up all of them, but I'll bring up one from a young man who graduated from Connellsville. And he was so appreciative of the package. He said, "What you don't know, Linda, is I am in such a terrible area. My boots are so saturated, my socks, nothing can ever get dry, and I'm getting sores on my feet. And last night I prayed that God would send me clean, dry socks, and your package came today, and it had socks."
Wow.
You don't know what that did, Chip.
Yeah,
I mean, honestly. And when it comes down to the veterans, 14 years ago, we started to participate in Wreaths Across America. There is a national cemetery 52 minutes from Connellsville, the National Cemetery of the Alleghenies in Bridgeville. And trust me when I say it's a mini Arlington.
Yeah.
And we started, and so far we have sponsored 6,877 wreaths.
Wow.
Wreaths this year are $17 a piece, and I have a wreath form on our Facebook page and
How do
so
you
on.
find that? What is your Facebook page? What's the name?
The Facebook is CAHSpatriots.com
Okay.
or Linda Shear.
Okay.
And it, I believe, is also on my LinkedIn page.
Okay.
And when it comes down to, we've had breakfast, lunch, and dinners and concerts, and we have actually had 3,585 veterans attend.
Wow.
So we've fulfilled our mission, and
You
I'm
have.
very proud of the young people and the adults who have joined with me in this, until they're all home,
Yeah.
is what I always say. And former President Ronald Reagan once said, I don't believe you can love America too much. And I think that's my motto to life.
Yeah, that's great. So that's how the money for the Patriots is used. And,
Yes.
and coming to this concert actually helps
Yes.
to support that. So how do you buy tickets for the concert?
Okay,
Let's talk about
the
that.
tickets are available at City Hall, at Pleasant
Connellsville
Val-
City Hall.
Yes, Connellsville City Hall, Pleasant Valley Water Authority, the Appalachian Creativity Center, or they are free to call me at 724-322-1494. Veterans this year attend free.
Okay.
We had a substantial anonymous donor that allows us to do that. Reserve seats are $40 and general admission seats are $25.
You mentioned a sponsor. Can you talk about some of your sponsors that help you?
Well, this year, Fayette Pipe and Specialty Conduit is our main sponsor. Belvatone, Fay West Chiropractic, Somerset Trust, just to name a few. They have come on board for several years and been with us the whole while, because I can honestly say that every cent raised goes to its intended purpose.
Yeah.
This year, I hear through the media that we don't have any deployed troops right now, but the irony is 2 days ago, I was trying to get a phone number for a young man who was supposed to be interviewed on Monday, and the number I had was incorrect. And I contacted one of the guys who was part of Charlie Company and said, do you have a number for her? And I didn't hear from him, so I thought, oh, who knows what he's doing? So I sent it to another guy, and this person teaches science, I believe, at Southmoreland. And I get a response in Instant Messenger. Hi, Linda, sure do miss you since I moved on, because they move from like Charlie Company for their advancements and
Right.
so on. And he said, you're not going to believe this, but I am not home teaching. I am training members of the Ukrainian army.
Wow.
I responded immediately, send me an address. So Chip, my goal, okay, every box that we ship has roughly, pretty darn close to $50 worth of content. Postage is now $23 a box. I hope to get 100 packages to them for the holiday, which means that I need to generate $7,300.
Wow.
And the proceeds from the concert will go to that.
That's great. So tickets for veterans are free. How much are other tickets?
Other tickets, general admission is $25 and reserve seats are $40.
Yeah.
And this year, a lot of people don't know that we have a couple of raffle items. The first raffle item is a gift card, a book, and a wooden cross with scripture on it from Sight and Sound.
Okay.
The second is 2 antique Elvis dolls that have never been opened, along with Elvis's CD, the best of, and then a metal picture. There is a 4-foot tall wooden Uncle Sam that came from Lancaster, and then there's some autographed books and coins. And so we're hoping that goes over well. But the
Yes.
big thing
Something
is,
special.
Yes, the big thing is that Darryl Worley autographed a guitar.
Wow.
And we're going to auction it off during the concert.
Yeah. Now, if you're not at the concert, is there an opportunity to get involved in that, or is it just a concert? Folks?
I'm hoping that if someone is interested, they would call the 724-322-1494. That's
Okay.
my cell. I'll have somebody holding on to my cell and recording, names and bids
Okay.
throughout the evening, so that if it's somebody who can't make the concert, sure,
Yeah.
we'll take their bid.
How about tickets at the door? Do you sell?
Yes,
Okay.
tickets will be available at the door. And all three, veterans, reserved, and general admission.
It's a big auditorium. I
Yep.
think it seats over 1,000 people.
1,400
Yeah.
from what I understand.
Yeah. So that's a lot of space, and I didn't think you'd even normally use the balcony, and it's available if you would need it. So.
No, we haven't.
So let's talk about the date and the time again, just so in case people just joined us.
November the 2nd.
That's a Saturday.
That's a Saturday. Connellsville Senior High School. 201 Falcon Drive.
There you go.
Okay. And the doors open at 6. Actually, they open a little bit before. And concert begins at 7.
Yeah, well, it sounds like a great night. Linda, thank you for your work that you do with the Patriots and the 9 concerts that you've brought to Connellsville. And Michelle and Mike, thank you for coming and sharing about your experience too.
Thank you.
Anything else from anyone
you.
before we wrap up here?
Just, we're very fortunate. We might live in a small town, but it has a big heart.
I would agree, yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
And now, you're in the know.